Well, someone had to review this game eventually. MegaMan, the Legacy Collection. You know, I bought this game knowing it was going to be a slap in the face to veteran fans of the Mega Man franchise, and it was going to be absolute garbage. But I bought this game hoping that I had some redeeming qualities in here somewhere. I saw trailers for this game on websites, YouTube, Steam, and the things that they were trying to push didn't catch my attention. Oh look, leaderboards, because everyone is into that in this day of age. And HD graphics aren't a thing that people care about since everything is in HD. Anyways, let's see what's in store for us in Mega Man Legacy Collection. For those that don't know the real respect of Blue Bomber, here is a short history lesson of who and what Mega Man is. On December 1987, Mega Man, and known as Rockman in Japan, Mega Man was released on the Nintendo Entertainment System worldwide. To explain how Mega Man works, otherwise quoting from other people, jump and shoot. But imagine this. Take the classic Mario jumping mechanic and replace the Firefly with the firearm, and boom, Mega Man. You got yourself a great time for many years. But that's just scratching the surface how amazing this franchise grew to become something so iconic. Now back then, after the first Mega Man game had released, it hadn't done so well in the market sadly. My theory is because of the box art they released in the United States. I mean, come on, just look at it. It's something like they went through a bad 80s show in Vegas. But then Keiji Inafune was like, wait Capcom, don't ban the idea of Mega Man just yet, give us another chance. And Capcom was like, alright, but you're only allowed to do it on your free time and it can't affect the other games you're developing as well. And so they did. And thus in 1988, Mega Man 2 was released. This game alone is what marketed off Mega Man to become the iconic Blue Bomber we know today. Mega Man 2 is worldly famous because of its music to Takashi Taiteishi and iconic sounds by Yoshihiro Sakaguchi. This game became the face and icon of Mega Man. Ever since Mega Man 2 was released, Capcom was like, hey, we like your Mega Man game now. We want you to make a new Mega Man game to come out every year. And so, the legacy of Mega Man was born. Mega Man did as it promised. It would have a sequel year after year and eventually branching titles to bring the series into a bigger and better game, like Mega Man X. With the same laughable and questionable box art also becoming a staple of the Mega Man games released in the United States and even had its own cameos in major titles. Now, am I unhappy with Mega Man Legacy Collection when Mega Man has become a major influence in my life? Because this game isn't a true legacy to the Mega Man franchise as a whole. You see, when I was 7 turning 8, my parents knew I really loved watching and playing Mega Man EXE series. You can say this is what introduced me to anime before what I knew what anime was. But on my 8th birthday, my parents had bought me something called Mega Man Anniversary Collection, and a Mega Man NT Warrior toy that I no longer have. Rest in peace. I fell in love with these games. Mega Man was what I lived and breathed because of that collection. I still have the exact same copy to this day, and I played the heck out of this to the point where I finished all 10 titles that were on this game. Yes, I said 10. And I don't mean Mega Man 9 and 10 because those games did not come out until like 2008 and 10. What made the Anniversary Collection so special to me was I had two games that were never released in the United States. They were called Mega Man, the Power Battle, and Mega Man Power Fighters 2, assuming the Power Fighters sounded more cooler. Imagine this, all you do is just fight bosses with co-op. Mega Man the Power Fighters was amazing to me. My brother and I would sit in front of our TV and play the heck out of it. And the game I have in my hands is not a legacy. It isn't fitting to be called a legacy at all. What Capcom should have done is call it Mega Man NES Legacy. It's more fitting and not misleading. Let's go over what is there to do in this so-called legacy. There are 6 games that are playable in this collection. It's pretty cool since it's all the original 6, but where are the other 4 games? It isn't a 3DS's limitations not to be able to port the rest of the games. I know that for a fact because Konami managed to port the entire Mega Man Solid 3 game onto the 3DS without any lags or bugs at all. Nintendo with both Zelda 64 games, and heck, even Capcom managed to fit the Resident Evil Revelations onto a 3DS, and that was a pretty lengthy game. Speaking of Zelda 64, I'll probably do Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in the future sometime. Next is challenge modes. Oh, the challenge modes. To be honest, the challenge mode is okay, and that's all I'm giving it. I'm okay with it because you actually have to know the glitches in order to get to the highest rank of these challenges, and you actually have to beat these challenges in order to unlock more challenges. Not in the highest rank, but you are timed to complete in a certain challenge. Unless you know the game in the back of your hand, you won't get far with these challenges, because these challenges are timed. That's right, timed. You got stuck on a part of the challenge? Well, better learn how to do it fast, because once your timer is up, you gotta do the whole challenges again. I understand this is something for longtime veterans of those who played the games before, but still, newcomers of the games will never figure out how to beat Yellow Devil in less than a minute with the Electman glitch. This is probably me. I don't really enjoy challenges. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool how the levels are remixed to change up the challenges, but I don't like the idea of being forced to complete them at a time limit, especially when you have to do the Gutsman and Ice Mage segments, which happen more often than you think. Next is the gallery music. To be honest, this is one of my favorite things about the whole Legacy, since this wasn't really focused on the Anniversary Collection. It is really nice to be able to hear music from games individually, but I don't really find myself using it since it takes up my 3DS battery. This is something personal, but I think if they did what Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS did and let you listen to music while it's in sleep mode and if you had headphones on, it would be caught my attention, and I'd listen to it the whole time I'm heading out. Just feel like it's a missed opportunity, but it is something nice they had given if you ever want to check it out. As for the art side of things, this is pretty awesome. I got to actually read these manuals, and this was interesting to me because I actually got to see the development and artwork of the game. But I know you guys are wondering the most about the games, I bet. I mean, don't get me wrong, the games are still pretty great and they still hold up to this very day. I had a blast playing with them despite my bitterness of it not really being a legacy and NES legacy for the most part. I did like the feature in saving in mid-game. If I were to die in a level, I can just go back where I last saved. It really did make it more forgiving when I died in a boss fight, especially in Mega Man 4. I would get frustrated at the fact of how I ran out of lives trying to beat the boss and I would have to start all the way back from the beginning of the stage. Of course, I didn't really use it unless I was about to fight a boss. Since it's to me, I would have felt like I didn't actually accomplish it. But that's just me. Also, I like how you can customize the controller to make it easier on your thumbs. Never has it felt easier to switch between multiple shots and charge shots with just a shift of your thumbs. One factor I'm personally nitpicky about is that you don't have someone aiding you through the game. I was really thankful for the Anniversary Collection's smart way of not only giving you a map, but someone to help guide you with hints just by pressing start. I literally wouldn't have known who and how Kalinka was important to Mega Man 4 if she wasn't to help you with hints throughout your adventure. It also made it more powerful when you saw her appear after defeating her father in Mega Man 4. I mean, honestly, the game gave dialogue to the Mega Man characters in a very smart way, and it made it feel like they were just more than 8-bit sprites that was just there. I mean, Roll has dialogue in Mega Man 2, and she never has dialogue in any games until Mega Man 7. She just stands there, holding her hands. I mean, she does talk in Mega Man 7 and so forth, but that's just to give the game some progression. This is something that personally bothers me, but if you don't like characters talking, then you don't have to worry. None of their helpful hints are in this Legacy collection. Lastly, the amiibo. First I want to say good luck trying to find a Mega Man amiibo, because either way you have to pay a pretty penny for one, or borrow one from a friend. It doesn't do much other than to unlock 11 more challenges to play. And I'm not gonna get into too much this segment because 1, I sadly don't own the amiibo since it's super hard to find without spending a pretty penny. 2, just for the 11 challenges isn't totally worth the effort. Unless you have one at your convenience, go knock it out. And that's basically it for Mega Man's Legacy Collection. That's basically it. So is Mega Man Legacy worth getting? Well, yeah, I guess. I know I've been kind of complaining about how this whole thing isn't a legacy, and that has a lot of missed features that should be in it but aren't. But honestly, it's pretty fair price if you're getting it downloaded. I bought this game because I wanted to find out if there was something they had different than the Anniversary Collection. It didn't really. But I wasn't unsatisfied with my purchase. I mean, yeah, it doesn't come with all the best features, but 6 games, a huge variety of art, a music playlist, and a challenge mode all for 15 bucks isn't a bad bundle. Plus, this game isn't the worst collection out there. I think it's Capcom's way of giving us something that isn't too overwhelming for new audiences and bringing out the nostalgia for other fans. Speaking of Capcom and Mega Man, what the heck is Mega Man Legends 3 and Mega Man Universe? Sorry about that. Also, this game is cheaper than the Anniversary Collection. Like seriously, good luck at trying to find a reasonable price and still own a Game Boy, GameCube, Xbox, PS2, or something that has backwards compatibility. My final rating for Mega Man Legacy is to just download it. It's very cheap for the asking price of 15 bucks just to download it. $30 for a 3DS cartridge, which is a little bit of a rip-off in my opinion. Around $20 on a home console system. Sadly, it is currently unavailable for Wii U or PS Vita, so just download it. It doesn't really take up much of your memory, and it's an alright way to play them if you're just getting into the franchise. But seriously though, what is Mega Man Legends 3 and Mega Man Universe? I've been waiting on that game and they cancelled it. I've been your host, Seolyric, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.